This is Justin Case of American Newscape. Please join Joyce Rockwood, friend and mentor, and myself for some enlightenment. Joyce has joined us today suggesting a reasonable path for us. Hello, Joyce. Welcome to American Newscape.
Thanks for having me, Justin. It's wonderful to be here.
Well, let's get right to it. Please share with us why focusing on gut health is so beneficial for improving immunity.
You know, it's so interesting. My clients truly appreciate that when we work together, they have all these unexpected side benefits. What a lot of people don't know is that our immune system is one cell layer away from our gut, and that 70% of our immune system can be found in our gut.
Wow.
So, yeah, so that alone kind of gets people really excited, right? And so, gut health is really this epicenter, I like to call it this epicenter, where so many different metabolic and biological processes really are manifested and really do take place. And when we focus on gut health, we really do trigger many wonderful positive benefits for supporting a healthier and a stronger immune system.
Well, can you, I know you've touched on before, can you expound upon how improving gut health supports stress reduction and balancing emotions?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. You know, this is another fun one. I always dive into the science because there's so much science and medical research now on the microbiome, that really powerful community of microbes, of yeast, bacteria, and fungi, and something called archaea that make up this incredible community that really orchestrate all of these different body systems. And so when we are considering our gut, we always think about that common thing people say, like gut instinct, right? That's because so many of our emotions are really being triggered from the gut, that our gut instinct is really not just something we say, that what is going on in the gut is a powerful metabolic process for triggering not only our food cravings, but if we're talking about reducing stress, we really want to look at serotonin. Serotonin is this really unique neurotransmitter that is found, 95% is found in the gut. Most people think that this is in the brain, right? But truthfully, it gets triggered from the gut and needs to reach the brain. So when we're focusing on gut health, we are supporting the reduction of stress because serotonin is that neurotransmitter that triggers the happy inside our brains. So we can easily reduce our stress by making sure that we are improving, or when we're improving our gut health, we're always increasing our happy factor. We're feeling better about ourselves, not just physically with more energy, but we're feeling more emotionally stable because they're all intrinsically connected. Nothing is really mutually exclusive.
So that would help with vitality too. I can feel more vital.
Absolutely. You know, as a kid, I struggled with a lot of chronic infections, so that was immune system. A lot of chronic skin issues with hives and breakouts and rashes and unsightly flakiness and things like this during the summer months, and weight issues. And what's really unique about my story is that I focused on gut health to heal all of those things naturally without meds. I even healed a herniated disc, which is not necessarily about immunity, but I even triggered the healing of a herniated disc in my early 20s by focusing on gut health. So, you know, there's a lot that we can really manifest when we become independently healthy. And that's what I help my clients to do.
Wow, what a gift. What a gift for those clients. Striving to be healthy. I mean, wow. Can you share your top 5 tips for gut health and emotional well-being?
Yeah, absolutely. You know, one of the first of the three pillars that make up my proprietary process, which is called healing from the inside out. The first one we focus on is proper nourishment. So my first tip is, of course, going to be around how to do properly and what are the biggest healing responses in my body when I was first getting into detoxification in my early 20s was bringing in more fresh pressed vegetable juices, or just fresh pressed vegetable juices in general, because I wasn't juicing at all. And that was in the early 90s when juicing was, I mean, everyone knew of Jack LaLanne back then. Now
Exactly.
it's like juices can get delivered to your door. It's such a different world. So the first tip I always would share with anyone listening to an interview like this or with one of my clients is to bring in fresh pressed vegetable juices on the daily, because they will support more energy, better sleep, improve immunity, reduce your stress. Some of those things are so key. The second thing I would say is, eat more plants. Right? A more plant-centric diet is so crucial. We know that 90%, 90% of illness that people get in a lifetime can be reversed with a plant-based diet, or prevented in the first place from even happening, right? So, I think it's a huge number. It's like 70 to 75% of people have some kind of digestive disease. And so if we're eating more plants, then we can certainly create more longevity and more vitality in the body, and abstain, just really avoid getting some of the most common sort of older people issues. So older people issues, older people diseases. And also, it's not just what we eat in terms of more plant-centric, but it's actually eating light to heavy. That's another piece of my nourishing component in my first pillar. The third thing I want to share is avoid eating very starchy carbohydrates with proteins. So one of the other parts of nourishing the body properly is learning about proper food combining, that the combinations of the foods we eat will trigger a certain positive digestive response in the body for better eliminations, better skin, more energy, better sleep, and of course, supporting a healthier immune system. The fourth thing I would say is also part of that first pillar, which is nourishing, is eat more naturally fermented vegetables. We know of sauerkraut, carrots, string beans, things of that nature. You want to make sure that there's no vinegar, and you want to make sure there's no sugar, so it should be naturally fermented. And then the fifth tip that I would share for today, keeping this really quick, is when we're working with essential oils, which is the third pillar of my process, which is all about rejuvenation, then we want to work with the tree oils. Those are the tree oil. The tree oils are the oils that are going to ground us and help us be more focused. And we can also work with the citrus oils for elevating our mood, right? So those are some of the key things that my clients come to me wanting to solve and troubleshoot. So those would be my top 5.
Could you give me the gift of explaining the naturally fermented vegetables again?
Sure, sure. So when you naturally ferment vegetables, you bring out all this lactobacillus, and so that's going to foster the healthy microbes in the gut, right? A lot of times people are taking probiotics in a little pill form, but we can actually get those naturally through fermented foods. And so what that is it's going to create this very healthy microbiome, which is going to feed the neurotransmitters so that they can trigger to the brain. It's going to feed a healthier immune system. You're going to have better food cravings, better emotions, better sex drive. Holla! You're going to have more hormonal balance. A lot of times people are dealing with body temperature issues. So you're going to have a better body balance, better body temperature balance. And, all of the things that are going on in the body are really going to be manifested from that epicenter known as the gut.
Wow. Wow.
So feeding it is super important.
And
Feeding it properly.
how we feed it.
And how we feed it.
Cauliflower pizza from now
on. There you go. Much better than the white flour dough. You're
okay.
on the track.
Okay, Joyce. What would you like to leave with us today?
Yeah, here's what I would love to say. I believe that you can heal your body naturally from the inside out. And I also believe that gut health in tandem with detoxification are the 2 most overlooked aspects of healing your body successfully long term. And I often work with mission-driven entrepreneurs and busy professionals who are really struggling with these aspects of their well-being, whether it's sleep, energy, mood and mindset, or digestion. And my goal when we work together is for you to be able to say that you look like and you feel like you're aging in reverse. And so my final thought would be that you can create and manifest the greatest health of your life, and it would be my honor to guide you in that process.
Wow, you are a treasure. What didn't you have some things you wanted to share with the audience?
Absolutely. You know, sometimes people want to get connected and know a little bit more about making some changes in their life and how they can do that independently before we might work together, which is absolutely fine because I work best with people who are self-appointed and are ready and willing to make changes. But before we might work together, I like you to have access to some information. So I've got my top 10 gut loving tips, which is a freebie that you can download. And I'm also offering my juicing ebook and recipe guide so that you can start juicing at home with some really great, unique tasting recipes. And it comes with a 3-part mini masterclass video series so you can learn more about the pitfalls to avoid when juicing.
Wow. 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 Okay. This this has been Justin Case and Joyce Rockwood sharing a glimpse into gut health and emotional well-being. Thanks for joining us. Please remember, additional information and links to all of Joyce's contacts are in the video's Read More. Please consider subscribing to this channel and to support humanity everywhere.